Yesterday, I was just going through a lot, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let this slide. But now that I've seen Big's story, I'm like, nah, FlySaFair needs to put their stuff in order. All the FlySaFair flights that I've been in, the flight attendants have been nothing but amazing, except the ones from yesterday, flight FA 755. I know that I'm very tall. I live with it, I embrace it, and maybe that was the joke. When I walked into the plane, obviously I had to bend so that I can walk in and also show the lady my boarding pass. After I did that and passed so that I can proceed to my seat, I hear them laughing at the back. My seat was 3D, meaning that it was in front, so it was very easy to get to my seat. And the minute I turned, tell me why I saw them mimicking me how I walked into the plane, the whole bending and whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. The joke went on to a point where I started getting irritated because they couldn't stop laughing. Sharp, the plane takes off and then the flight attendants now start saving food. And then she comes to me, the lady that was part of the group that was laughing, there was 3 of them, 1 white guy, 1 white lady, and a black girl. Now the black girl comes to me holding that card machine, swiping machine or whatever it's called. I think it's the POS if I'm not mistaken. And then she's holding it like this. And then she looks at me like this. And then she's like, do you want to order something? I'm like, hell to the no. She said it with so much attitude to an extent where I was like, you know what? Let me just distract myself. I had to put my headphones on so that I don't respond to her or get triggered to respond to her, especially looking at the fact that I had a shitty day. In all the FlySaFair flights that I've been, normally 15 minutes before landing, the pilot announces that the flight attendants can now start collecting trash, like whatever, people that were eating or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And also we should fold our tables, put them back, and also close laptops in preparation for landing. They had not announced that yet. And then this boy comes to me, the flight attendant, the white gay flight attendant, comes to me and then he says, close your laptop. I just wish they had cameras inside the planes so that you can see what I'm talking about. He doesn't greet me. He doesn't even say it in a polite way, like, can you close your laptop? He commands me. He says, close your laptop. With so much attitude. I was like, huh? He rolls his eyes and says, close your laptop. I was like, I'll tell you this for free. I have anger issues. And yesterday, I got to put my anger management skills to use. If those flight attendants happen to see this, don't try that nonsense with me again. Don't try that shit with me again. One thing about me, I will wait for the plane to land. The minute it lands, I'll drag you out of the plane. Might not know who's on that plane and what they're going through and why they're on that plane, which is very important to treat people with respect, especially if you're working in the hospitality industry. If you want to be big-headed and want to make fun of a person, what I learned with my experience with FlySaFair yesterday is FlySaFair has a very rude staff with a bad attitude. And from what we've seen on social media in terms of passengers having an altercation with flight attendants, they always want to make passengers wrong while they don't even show you how the entire thing started. If it happened that I stood up and confronted those flight attendants yesterday, you guys were only going to see a part where I'm now having a verbal altercation with the flight attendants or saying but then they don't show you exactly how it started and how it got to that point. When we see all these videos on social media, the passengers are always portrayed as people that are wrong, but I saw and got to experience it myself yesterday. It stuff as FlySaFair, the flight attendants, basile,